to play.
Yeah, it's a privilege, isn't it, to still be witnessing the greatest of all time out there in the arena under the lights. Of course, it's box office every time he comes to the table. But Yuan Sijun still very young, but has got a lot of experience. Straight away in this match.
One.
His first two matches, very comfortable.
Six.
Not under any pressure as a result of that. Just felt at certain times
7.
there was a lack of concentration and lack of...
12.
Straight away, Ronnie, I think it does, but
13.
more importantly, the red below the black went.
21.
Only playing a couple of minutes, but already you feel this could be a key and crucial shot to the whole frame.
Well, he didn't strike that one as well as he could have done. You could see the pink slightly at the tap,
Yuan Sijun 6.
catching the edge. Always going.
Yeah, and actually we've seen earlier today, Mark Allen looked like hand warmers. So maybe after the couple of days, might be slightly damper, or maybe the air conditioning.
One thing you'll never see from Ronnie is him complaining about the conditions out there in the arena. He just gets on with it, just cracks on, makes the adjustments required.
You do feel for Yuan to win today. Not only does he need a good start in the match, but also in each frame. Can't afford to let Ronnie have the first good chance. He's got to try and get him first.
They have met on 5 previous occasions, Ronnie and Yuan. The one to register a 3-0 win. It's quite comprehensive. For the other 4 occasions, most recently in 2023, the Wuhan Open last 16, of course, a best of 9 race to 5 for a place in the last 16. Where a little bit of breaking news, I suppose, or a swift recovery, whatever the issue is.
7.
Also then frees up the black. Sullivan might just focus the mind a little bit better.
14.
Can't take any liberties. Certainly looks very comfortable and at peace with himself.
22.
Yeah, and he's had no reason really to play, as they are so good at just working through them. Energy certainly try to play his way into this event. Find his best form when it matters most.
Definitely an advantage that more often than not in China, his matches are always the same time. Obviously, he's earned that right. Particularly in China, where sleeping pattern or just your routine can be affected, makes it feel a little bit more normal, a little bit more like home.
44.
He started off well here. That blue there putting him 64 ahead, 59 left. Yeah, he won't be too bothered out about that. Nice start. Ronnie would have given him a head start. So first he's trying to create an opportunity, and then if he gets it, he must capitalise.
He's been a prospect, and I represented England at the World Under-21 Championships in Beijing as Ronnie O'Sullivan quite effortlessly floats that long red in.
1.
I remember seeing Yuan Sijun, who went on to win it, defeating Zhou Yulong in the final. He always looked a good player back then, and you probably fancied him to become professional at some stage, and I'm sure as all young players do.
6.
The greatest players of all time in big arenas. This is his opportunity again.
Yeah, you could see from that camera angle, just played a stun shot into the pack. Wasn't a great pack that you try and screw up easy, but the fact that, as usual, he was in absolutely perfect position. This has been a classic.
20.
Never seems to have one big smasher available.
Yeah, nice pot from Ronnie. That red to middle was thinner than he would have liked. He just took a moment. It's always such a privilege and a pleasure to see how Ronnie O'Sullivan goes about his business. There's always a way to it, Phil.
33.
Yeah, he wasn't mad keen on it because
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 38.
yeah, he'd be annoyed with that.
One.
But he's nice on this black, should he wish to go into that little cluster of 5. Looks ideal to attack here. Surely he'll be on one. Well, would you believe it? The commentators cut.
Difficult shot. Usually when the balls are so close together, there's always a tendency if you're going to miss it, to miss it thick. I know it's one of those instances where if he came to the table and was left like that, he wouldn't have played it. But because he had a chance and a good chance, he felt compelled. He will be frustrated, but at least he didn't compound the error by playing a very low percentage shot. Yeah, it looks to be very thin clip, if it's possible at all. Didn't play the pot there.
Well, this cue ball's going dangerously close.
4.
And it's gone
Ronnie
in.
O'Sullivan.
Hand on table. This usually hits the leather.
1.
Fantastic strike. Swift switch to left hand. No issues with this shot. Swinging the cue ball round. Such an advantage, not just to be able to hold the cue left-handed, but it's pretty good.
4.
Yeah, and he's so good at playing with his left hand. His literally inspirations have been pro can knock in, if not centuries, 50 plus with their bad hand as such. He's able to pot it, but looks like there's no change in technique.
11. 19.
So again, very quickly arrived at frame ball in this frame. Cannot afford this odd mistake
27.
on the professional circuit. But when you're playing against or he's ready for the pounce.
34. 35.
And from what we've seen so far, Fergal, he's looking more so in the groove today than he has done in the previous days. I think he's just slowly playing his way in, getting more up for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think the first
43.
2 rounds, mainly because he's playing so young, inexperienced opponent, didn't put him under any pressure, but probably just didn't have that little bit of bite that you need to play at your best. Again, a lovely shot there. Certainly an advantage to be.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 49.
With that break of 40-09, Ronnie O'Sullivan breaking off with his left hand. Pre-termed, he was talking about not just this term, but this season, playing more shots with his left hand. He said it keeps him happy. Can't get the white in that same position with his normal good hand. There's that saying, talent does what it can, genius does what it must. do something just to stop Ronnie's momentum. Quite lucky there to play. Quite a miss hit, really, has to be said, but
Had that cue ball had gone in, Ronnie would have had a long red to go at. Again with hand on table.
that's a great strike. Probably his best shot of the match.
Yuan Sijun bases himself at the Ding Zhonghui Academy in Sheffield, as do many of the overseas players. But he's still young, he's still learning the game, still learning how to deal with these moments and occasions. At the end of the day, this game is all about potting
13.
balls. If you pot your ball and get a couple of reds, he's able to just chip away at for now before he has any aspirations of going into the pack.
20.
The ideal. Maybe the other red is available to the other corner. Just about. Would have liked more of an angle, obviously. You won't really develop them too much. But that red
29.
at the bottom of the pack is now properly in play. And if you can leave the white more or less.
Looking for perfect position on the black.
$37.
So if he just had a trace of angle the wrong side of straight there, which helped that shot, meant he could guarantee himself low on this red.
$45.
Well, no real damage done to the pack there.
Decided to play it up into the corner pocket. Again, a sign of confidence to play it at the correct pace.
62.
Well, it was a strange reaction off pot the black. Ronnie requires snookers. But he's missed the black.
Yuan
Now,
Sijun, 62.
could there be a twist in the tail in this third frame? Much.
Ronnie had a little look. Yuan's had.
Well, that's a very good shot from Yuan Sijun.
1.
Surprised Ronnie himself didn't take that plant on if he had a little look at it.
One.
Get from that last red to the black. Doesn't matter. 2-1 down. I'd love to win this frame as well. Be level at the interval. Again, the key to bit of a misjudgment there from Ronnie. Didn't plan side of the table. That's what he's looking for. The line is more important than the length.
He's hit that all right, to be fair. Wasn't too far away. Now, but he's not made a very good job of that safety shot. Had to get the cue ball into deep.
It is amazing when you look at the table there. It's 6 foot across. And it's a more traditional and better safety shot there.
day in, day out on the practice table. Just didn't like it, did he? Didn't quite fancy himself for it. You could see he was up and down, couldn't quite make his mind up.
Yeah, and the longer he took on.
1.
Everything he was fearful of could well happen. Missed the red, let Ronnie in, and potentially lose the frame.
And it's not very often after a series of safety exchange that he's pretty much got 50 points or so.
23. 24. 31. 32.
Just got past it.
40.
Yeah, it looks nothing that shot, but actually very.
Scores so
40.
quickly as well. You leave him an opportunity as this.
56.
Yeah, the red that he effectively knew, even though it was the first red, he effectively knew it was black. Not quite a black ball, but game ball.
In this event so far, Ronnie O'Sullivan. Plenty of high visits.
Yeah, it turns out
70.
that missed. Again, it's not a question of being critical of Yuan. It's just.
And it wasn't necessarily
76.
look on, obviously he missed it. It was possibly more the psychology behind it. If there was no other ball on the table, he just gets down and knocks it. Wasn't confident over potting
83.
it because of what he would leave.
Yeah, I think if it was just a black ball game and he just had to pot it, you'd fully expect him to pot it of the shot. Just affected his thinking.
91.
Fearful. But just overcoming those feelings is the crucial part. Ran out of position, but that 95 break puts Ronnie.
谢谢. Thank you. Frame 5. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Crowd just holding back there, Ronnie, just anxious to see did he get the cover from this. You can see there the white is quite close to the cushion, but still surprised he didn't go for the red to the right corner. It's a shot that comes up a lot. Players are quite familiar with.
Oh, beautifully struck. We was right down the barrel of that one. It looked in the whole way. Struck it nicely. Just wanted... And may have the option to screw out of there and bring more reds into play. Oh, it's a big stretch and he's going deep in the cue ball. This now a big shot there. You can see the foot just about on the floor. Oh, dear me, he's butchered it.
Yuan Sijun, 6.
You'd describe that as an awful piece.
And his tip just moved off where intended.
It was such a bad hit that if he did slip, he did it fairly slowly.
Yep. Oh, well,
9.
you'll take that, wouldn't you? What a result he's had there.
Yeah, Yuan's mistake. Could
17.
get severely punished. Again, Yuan, mistakes might even be a little bit hard. Coming into form and still has absolutely plenty in the tank.
Yeah, and even though these reds are nicely spread, he still needs to There we see that silky smooth action.
$44.
5
45.
titles to his name last season. Up as well next week. Big events coming up. Good time to stop. And again, in no time at all,
52.
this frame is all but done. Comfort. Just digging deep, trying to nip into that cue ball. Hoping for a little cannon. He's got one. Has it worked out? It hasn't. And it made the difference.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 57.
Yeah, cue that well, nice and smooth. Played to be short of the ball.
I'm not going to say this would hurt
3.
Ronnie because he's so good at just brushing things off, as all great champions are, but it would definitely be a big moment in this match if Yuan Sijun can make this chance count.
4.
Could possibly lead to bigger things for him. Has to just stay in control of things for the time being. There isn't a ball safe on
6.
this table. The Gibraltar Open when that event was
14.
staged. So he can produce the snooker he needs when... Just guided that black in, didn't need to do anything with the cue. Well, he's had a heavy contact there, you could hear the cue ball erupt as it made...
29.
Doesn't want to be straight on this pink. Slightly lower straight would be ideal.
$37. 40.
Yeah, didn't put it cleanly, and as a result,
Oh, he's overcut it. Didn't expect that. He was very thin, and what a missed opportunity that was for Yuan Sijun. Needed the 4 remaining colour.
4.
middle pocket.
9. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 9. And a 3.
Yuan Sijun stays in his chair. Ronnie O'Sullivan leads 4 frames to 1. He'll be bitterly disappointed. Yuan Sijun breaking off. Not only is he 4-1 down, has to win all 4 frames. It's the manner in which he lost that frame. Would be a brilliant frame to win. If anything, it's hard to see him even winning another frame. But as best he can, he's got to try and forget that, forget the score, and just break it down.
Well, that is an incredible pot considering he may have felt like he just had the stuffing knocked out of him in that previous frame. That cue ball only just went...
6.
Nicely cued. Nice angle on the blue. It's a little bit busy around about the red to the left of the 3 is probably the easiest one to get on. Maybe from there that would free
11.
the path, but didn't pot it cleanly.
19.
Not sure if he played the cannon on the red, forcing him to play it. Has to get it. Yeah, good putt. Didn't know exactly where the
Cue out of there quickly. Oh, he's done very well. That's a very nice shot. Oh, and he didn't cue that one well. There was movement.
Yuan Sijun.
Be looking to get the job done at this visit. So that will be
9.
could be tasty. Interesting to see what break off. Stephen Hendry was obviously a phenomenal winner, but I don't think there's been anybody better than Ronnie. We're getting out for all his beautiful touch and talent. He's also just ruthless. The tendency as you get close to the line, trying to win.
32.
You look at his tempo as well, from the start of the match right to the end. He has such a controlled rhythm around the table. Doesn't look like he's rushing or going fast, but you look at how quickly he scores. Just sort of floats around the table. It helps, but actually your average shot time decreases.
39.
Everything is just so controlled and effortless. Another well-played shot. Had to manipulate.
46.
Polishing these last few balls off nicely.
69.
Always seems to have the white travel the short today.
76.
A little bit more focused.
77.
One. Same thing's happened again today. Just a couple of
82.
mistakes.
84.
Proved very costly. No mistake was greater than that brown he missed. He should have went 3-2.
80.
Ronnie going through the gears nicely. As I said earlier, plenty in the tank for the business end of the
91.
tournament. A lot of the top players are playing very well.
96.
And he's certainly put a better performance in today. 1,266 tap.
Foul.